Peace. Good afternoon, good evening. Super Bowl time, yeah. D.A.P. What's good with you? Thank you for chiming in. Much love and respect to you guys. You see the topic. There's a lot of positive talk about the influence of social media, through the rise, through the few years of the big boom in social media. There's a lot of positive things been going on with it, which is good. But no one ever talks about the dark side of social media. No one ever really talks about the dark side, about the gloomy side. So I want to just say first, before we get into this, the Supreme Sunshine Shea Butter. I might be out there a little later tonight. I was out there earlier. Make sure you pick up the pineapple coconut. I'll have that on hand tonight. I'll be hitting some of the locations you are in watching your game. So make sure you pick up the Supreme Sunshine Shea Butter. All right? Because it's a blessing just to wake up. You should be happy. And when you jump out of the shower, you'll get ashy. And if you need a quick solution, you should ask me. I'm David Adams, and I tell you quick that Supreme Sunshine Shea Butter is what you need. Yeah. You know what it is. We're going to have a nice little commercial for that, man. I had my man help me out with that. But yeah, I'm going to rock that little commercial in a minute. You're going to see it coming to you soon on every podcast or every show that come out. You know what I mean? I'm going to have that commercial rocking in the beginning. But yeah, make sure you get your Supreme Sunshine Shea Butter. Peace and blessings to each and every last one of you. I want to make sure that I'm heard. If you do hear me, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. I appreciate it if you can do that. Thank you so much if you can do that. Go on over to YouTube and press subscribe. Please help me get the subscriptions up, man. If y'all can do me that favor, come on, help me get the subscriptions up ASAP. Because I'm at 670, 668, something like that. So if you here, go on over there and just press subscribe on David Adams Podcast. Help me with that, man. Real talk, help me with that. So let me just look here for 1 minute. Okay. Yeah, so the negative side of the influence of social media that's never really talked about often. It's not talked about. And I want to say this to the young men and women, specifically the young women. Give me 1 minute. Yeah, so specifically to the young ladies, there are a lot of people that's going on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and all the other sites, and they see that they can get a bag. There are some things that people do that they wouldn't do if it was a real life. If it wasn't for social media, there would be people wouldn't be doing some of the things that they're doing. Like a lot of young ladies feel like because they're pretty and they sexy and they know they can influence or people like them. People tell them good things about themselves because they're beautiful. You know what I mean? You got to be careful to the young ladies because there's so many things or so many creepy people that's online or social media that you know nothing about. They put on a facade, you know what I mean? They'll send you certain pictures and you think it's them and it's not them. So you got to be very careful. There's, women going on there, they're showing their body, which is a strike one. You know what I mean? It's not necessary for you to go in there and show your entire body as a young lady on social media. Nobody really talks about that. Everybody just like say, okay, do your thing, girl, do you, you know what I mean? And sometimes young women don't really like to listen to nobody. They don't like to listen to nobody. They want to do what they want to do. They feel like they're grown. It's their body. You know, they do what they want with their body. And it's true. That's true. That's true. But you have to be careful because there's a negative world out there that you have no clue that's watching you, okay? That's watching you. And they will become your friend just because, and you never know. There's something that happened recently to a young lady, and I just want to go over this story, and I was shocked after hearing this because I came across her her social media once before. And then seeing this was a shock to me. You know what I mean? So just take a look at this real quick.
Honestly, I'm pressure. Any girls who don't like me are not pressure. And if you can't bag me, it's because I have better pressure. Black men. Black men. Oh, wait, let me specify even more. Brown skin and dark skin men, because y'all pull a little bad light skin who y'all gonna make real pretty kids with, and then you treat her like shit. Are you
Shout out to the Crime Corner. Shout out to Crime Corner.
serious? You could have had a little dirty, dark ass bitch for all that. Do all that. Like, have her. Like, let that be your thing. I'm so sick of black niggas pulling Knicks bitches and treating them like they didn't win the lottery. Like, bitch, are you serious? Are you serious? I could have been a white guy right now, but I'm with your black ass, your little struggling black ass, your little disenfranchised black ass, your little where's my stimulus check black ass, motherfucking chicken eating, motherfucking watermelon sucking, Kool-Aid drinking black ass. My barber is my king black ass. I didn't pay my child support black ass. I hope I don't get evicted on the 5th of the month black ass. Man, I'm sick of this, man. I don't give a fuck. Hey, cancel me for real. Bitch, I can't stand black men. And I want y'all to know that with my full heart. With my full chest. Niggas ain't it. Niggas ain't it. Like, chill. Like, stay where the fuck you are. I see why society treats you like that. And Trump was on to something. But y'all black asses couldn't get it. So, yeah, I'm done. I'm so done. I'm done acting like I'm one of y'all, man. That shit. Y'all black asses can kiss my little pretty light-skinned mixed ass.
Karen Dunlap, a popular social media influencer, left home last fall on a trip to Ohio, but she never returned home. Investigators found her body in Cleveland a week and a half ago, but they have no clues on what happened to her.
It's horrible. I feel like somebody kicked a hole through my soul.
Wow, that was a blow, you know what I mean? For her to go to Cleveland and never return. So let me just show you the east side of Cleveland. I just looked up a video and just wanted to see the east side of Cleveland. And this is what I seen. Shout out to Joe and Nick's road trip. Joe and Nick's road trip. This is what I seen.
It was a really big apartment complex that sits empty today.
And this was only 1 year ago, by the way.
And it's open. You can just walk right in there. Now I'm not going to, because it is a hive of illegal activity.
So, and they found her not in this building, by the way. They found her somewhere else. But just wanted to let you know, to the young women, with your prettiness, which, you know, you get a lot of privileges. You definitely get a lot of privileges. And one thing about being on social media, the world has access to you. And with that access to you, they have access to trying to communicate with you through your inbox, your DMs, and things like that. You don't know really who's on the other side of that computer. So, although you get a lot of attention because of your beauty and because you are sharing your skin, and everyone is coming at you, men, and in this day and time, even women coming at women, you have to be very careful. Do not take words to be the gospel. Just because they say certain things and how they say certain things to you, that don't mean you become their friend, okay? Because you never know. There are some weird people in the world. Trust and believe. The rise of social media and being an influencer, an influencer, a lot of women have become influencers, and they got these OnlyFans pages and things like that, and they're doing a lot of stuff just to get money. They trying their best to become popular. They want to become entertainers. They want to become models and things like that. So social media is an environment that you can be easily pulled into and made believe that you're going to be what you want to be. You know what I mean? Especially if you're beautiful, okay? They look at you sometimes as being naive, and you're young, and you can be persuaded. So be very careful. Always tell somebody where you're going. Always tell somebody where you're at. Always give somebody your address, where you're supposed to be, the contact that you're going to talk to, or who you're going to talk to, or who you're going to be around. Always do that, all right? Very important. Let me get back to the story at hand.
And the biggest part of my heart is gone.
This is the story of Raina Dunlap, a bold and controversial social media influencer known as the Nude Queen. She was a woman chasing fame, determined to make her mark in the world of reality TV. But what started as a journey to audition for Baddies Midwest took a dark and tragic turn. 3 months after her trip to Cleveland, Raina was found dead in an abandoned home, her personal belongings missing, her body dressed in uncharacteristic oversized clothing. Authorities were quick to suggest an overdose, but her family refuses to believe it. Was Raina held against her will? Was she a victim of something far more sinister? Her mother and sister are still searching for answers.
There are a lot of stories like this, but these stories are not told. These stories are not highlighted. These stories are not talked about. And these are the stories that a lot of young women and men need to hear as they're coming up in this century, in this era. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people go missing. Unfortunately, a lot of young girls has gone missing. Unfortunately. So sometimes this need to be branded in their head. These stories like this need to be branded. And shout out to the family that is going through this right now with this young lady.
Desperate to uncover the truth. What really happened to Raina Dunlap? Welcome to our channel. Welcome to Crime Corner.
Crime Corner,
Subscribe
y'all.
and hit the bell icon for more stories.
This is an AI YouTube ad, which means I did not film this ad.
Yeah, so make
I created it
sure,
with AI.
y'all put this in some of the young people's head because, they need to know these stories, man.
Lake Erie, Cleveland has a mix of urban grit and cultural landmarks, including the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. However, like many major cities, it also has areas marked by economic struggle and abandoned properties, particularly on the East Side, where Raina Dunlap's story took a tragic turn. Raina Dunlap was famously known online as the Nude Queen. She was a vibrant and ambitious 30-year-old woman from College Park, Maryland. Born to Karen Jones, Raina grew up in a tight-knit family alongside her sister, Kira. She thrived on attention, embracing both the positive and negative aspects of public scrutiny. Her mother described her as kind, loving, and generous to a fault, always eager to be surrounded by people. At the same time, Raina was no stranger to controversy. If she couldn't garner attention in one way, she found another.
Y'all hear that? Attention. She wanted that attention, and she got it. She got a lot of attention. She very popular. Just keep this in mind, y'all.
I don't give a single fuck. I am the baddest, and you motherfucker know it. I'm a little hoe with some big ass titties. Little anime bitch with some fat ass titties. With some big lips and a pretty face and some pretty skin and a killer face. I think I said that. I really was freestyling, but y'all, I'm bad as shit. I can't even. I can't. I think I'm a freak because I'm so fucking sexy.
Ambitious and driven, Raina was chasing fame with relentless determination. She longed for a breakthrough in the entertainment industry, particularly in reality television, which led her to pursue an audition for Baddies Midwest, a show on the Zeus network. With a growing presence on social media, boasting over 80,000 followers on X and 17,000 on Instagram, she had already made a name for herself as an online personality. Beyond her public persona, Raina was a daughter, a sister, and a woman with dreams far bigger than the life she had in Maryland. She was known for her bold personality, unfiltered opinions, and an energy that could fill a room.
I am not a trophy wife.
Very beautiful girl. Very beautiful girl.
I'm not. I'm not what you flaunt around, okay? As soon as you have me on your arm, the attention is completely away from you. So you gotta be like an ASAP Rocky type guy and just be content with your level of spotlight because, baby, I am the star.
Do me a favor and please like the page. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm the star by myself. I'm the star with anyone that I date. I'm the star. And that's okay. That's okay.
Her family described her as someone who was never afraid to speak her mind, yet deeply caring toward those she loved. She had a way of drawing people in, making an impact wherever she went. Her trip to Cleveland was supposed to be another step toward her aspirations, but it turned her life to tragedy. Raina Dunlap was found deceased in an abandoned house on Cleveland.
Wow. Found deceased in an abandoned building. Once again, I want to show you what some of the buildings in the area of Cleveland, how it looks. Yeah, so be mindful to the young ladies just coming up, 19, 20-year-olds. Be mindful. You have your own phone, you're working, you got your own little job, and you feel like you want to do, and you can do what you want to do and how you want to do it, but be very mindful and always speak to to an adult about the things that you're trying to get into and the things that you want to get into. Be sure to speak to an adult before you attempt to do any of this stuff and get their opinion, get their analogy, okay? Because today is very dangerous. The internet, social media, very dangerous. Yeah. So be very, very, very careful. This is parts of the east side of Cleveland. Yeah. Yep. So as you heard, for those who just chiming in, young lady went out to Cleveland and never came back. They found her in a building in Cleveland. And I'm just sharing with you as I'm learning about this story, the story about this young lady who gone missing, and she was a social media sensation, as they would say.
Cleveland's East Side, specifically on East 65th Street and Francis Avenue. Authorities discovered her body on January 21, 2025, nearly 3 months after she had traveled to the city to audition for the reality show Baddies Midwest on the Zeus network. When police found Raina's body, there were no immediate signs of trauma. However, her family found several troubling details surrounding the circumstances of her death. Her hair and nails were freshly done, but she was wearing oversized clothing that did not match her usual style. Even more disturbingly, her personal belongings, including her cell phone, identification, and other items, were missing.
New tonight, the family of a Prince George's County woman is desperate for answers. Karen Dunlap, a popular social media influencer, left home last fall on a trip to Ohio, but she never returned home. Investigators found her body in Cleveland a week and a half ago, but they have no clues on what happened to her. Our Alexis Wainwright talked to her mother and sister in an interview that you'll only see right here.
It's been almost a month now and still no clear answers why Karen Dunlap went to Cleveland, who she was with, and how she got there. But these flyers still going around in hopes of finding out that information.
It's horrible. I feel like somebody kicked a hole through my soul, and the biggest part of my heart is gone.
Karen Jones fights back tears as she talks about her daughter, 30-year-old Karen Dunlap, who also went by Raina.
She is my firstborn. You know, I loved her dearly, and it's just, the pain is unimaginable. The worst is it's just not knowing.
Her daughter, who lives in College Park, Maryland, was found dead with none of her belongings and in an abandoned building in Cleveland, Ohio, January 18th.
These Sephora colognes are
That's a very unfortunate situation, man. That's crazy. But yeah, this is ridiculous. So you got to be careful. You got to let your children know, younger people, they have to know about social media as much as possible, because it's been on a rise in the past 5 to 8 years. You have more and more younger people flooding social media. They flooding OnlyFans big time. You have young girls growing up saying they want to be an OnlyFans content creator, and that's something they are trying to inspire to. So they have to be told about this stuff, man, because again, a lot of creeps out there.
Even function that well, knowing that I don't know how my own big sister died.
Her family says they don't know why she was in Cleveland. They wonder if she may have gone to audition for Baddies Midwest, a reality show she was a fan of, but they don't know. The last time they spoke was in November.
With Raina, she was always in and out, you know, so it wasn't like we talked to her all the time. We just always expected she was going to be okay.
But she was still active on social media up until the new year and went silent on New Year's Day. So her family went to Cleveland in hopes of finding out more. But they didn't get any new information and are still waiting on the toxicology report from her autopsy to give them answers on what happened.
We know that she was shopping there. We went to some of the places that she shopped. We put up flyers. We talked to a few people who, at least 2 that said that they did recognize her and they did see her in the area, that she looked perfectly fine, but just no answers as to what took her to Cleveland.
And as days go by, they're encouraging anyone with any bit of information to come forward.
If anyone saw her, if anyone talked to her while she was there, but also very important with her time here from late October, early November until she was actually verified in Cleveland, if anybody saw her in College Park area.
If you have any information, you can call into the tip line. There's also a GoFundMe to help raise money for the family for funeral costs and to hire a private investigator.
Questions and answers surrounding the death of a social media influencer. Her body found in an abandoned home in Cleveland. The victim's family wondering why the 30-year-old from Baltimore was in Cleveland and what caused her death.
She loved being around people. She loved being the center of attention. She just wanted to be a positive or negative force in people's lives.
Influencer Rena Dunlap had tens of thousands of social media followers.
The thing about that, when she said just now she wanted to be a positive or negative, and I noticed that a lot of young people coming up, they don't care about the positive or negative attention they get on social media because they know that they are getting money for it. The views, the clicks, whatever content they put up, they know they are going to get money. So the dirtier, the nastier, the more wrong it is in the back of their head, oh, this is going to run a check. This is going to get me a check. I saw a lady allow someone to lick her feet on social media, and her feet was dirty. But in the back of her head, she know, and the one that didn't know, that that's going to build popularity. She may get some more fan base. She may get some clicks for that. And there will be some money that Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram will be giving her. Monthly, they give you money every single month, depending on how many views and clicks you got on your video. And this has been promoted to the generation that's coming under us. So they really pushing for that paper on social media.
And knew how to get attention.
She also was very controversial, and I know a lot of people say, oh, she said negative things.
Rena was chasing her lifelong dream of being famous, hoping to one day land a gig on the reality show Baddies Midwest. But her dreams tragically ended when she was found dead inside of an abandoned home on Francis Avenue in Cleveland. Her family puzzled, wondering why she was in Cleveland in the first place. Her mother, Karen Jones.
Why was she in Cleveland? We don't have any connection to Cleveland at all. And we didn't know why. We didn't even know she was out of the state of Maryland.
Her family traveled here saying the petite 30-year-old hair and nails were done when her body was found. But she was dressed in large, uncharacteristic clothing, and detectives told the family there was no obvious signs of trauma.
They suspected that it was an overdose. I said, my daughter's never used hard drugs. I'm like, talk to anybody. I will stake my life that the toxicology is going to come back, that she did not have any hard drugs in her system.
The family now questions if Rena decided to travel to Cleveland for some reason on her own, or if something more sinister was involved. Her sister, Kira Dunlap, tells me they uncovered medical paperwork among her belongings.
She had gone to a rape crisis center at the end of November.
Oh, wow. Oh, so she actually went to a rape crisis center. So she may have been dealing with something never told nobody about. So just a shout out to people who may be going through that. Talk to somebody about it. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid to talk to somebody regarding situations like this, because you don't need to go through this alone. No. You don't need to go through this alone. Don't be afraid to say something to somebody that you know possibly can help you. All right?
On November 29th here in Cleveland.
What goes through your mind when you hear that?
That somebody was hurting her.
Our biggest concern is that someone was holding her against her will, that she had concerns and had posted that she was being sex trafficked.
Mom might be right.
Rena's mother and sister say they have now provided Cleveland detectives with tips they have received from the public after they posted on TikTok. They also say there is information on a Snapchat video where Rena appeared to be beaten and she said she was drugged. Her exact cause of death has not been determined.
Law enforcement officials initially suspected an overdose, but Rena's mother, Karen Jones, refuted these claims. "My daughter has never used hard drugs," she told reporters.
Well, somebody could have did it to her. Somebody could have gave her drugs. Even though they suspected an overdose, somebody could have definitely fed her that. Not that she do it. Not that she is a drug addict.
"Talk to anybody. I will stake my life that the toxicology is going to come back that she did not have any hard drugs in her system." The Cuyahoga County Medical Examiner's Office has yet to confirm an official cause of death, and Rena's family is seeking a private autopsy if they can secure enough funding. Rena's mother and sister, Kira Dunlap, traveled to Cleveland on January 21, 2025, to meet with detectives and investigate her death.
Do me a favor and press subscribe on YouTube. I appreciate that. Press follow on David Adams' page, Facebook.
Kira, devastated by her sister's passing, took to TikTok to plead for information.
So this is a TikTok call to action, TikTok call to help, whatever. I really need you guys' help. I think something really bad happened to my sister. Her name is Rena. She has a big following on Twitter. She has about 87,000 followers on Twitter, under the NUDE Queen. I'm just looking for anybody that has been in contact with her or that has heard from her in the past month. It's very, very important.
Yeah, that gotta be hard, man.
Because something bad has happened to her, and we're trying to figure out what happened. If anybody knows anything, please message me and let me know. I'm really counting on you guys. I know that this app is gonna get deleted tomorrow, but please, if anybody has any information, can let me know, please. I would really appreciate it. Please just message me on here so we can find out. Thank you.
"Something bad has happened to her, and we're trying to figure out what happened," she said in a tearful video. She also mentioned that their family had lost contact with Rena about a month before her death. While Cleveland police have not announced any suspects, the circumstances leading up to Rena's death have raised many questions. Notably, the family uncovered troubling medical paperwork indicating that Rena had visited a crisis center in Cleveland on November 29, 2024, suggesting she may have been assaulted. One of the most alarming aspects of the case is Rena's own online posts. Before her disappearance, she allegedly posted that she had been a victim of sex trafficking and even uploaded an image of herself appearing to be badly beaten. These posts, however, were either deleted or went unnoticed by her family until after her death. Her mother and sister now fear that someone was holding her against her will in the days leading up to her death. "We don't have any connections to Cleveland at all, and we didn't even know she was out of the state of Maryland," Karen Jones said. This has led to theories that Rena may have been lured to Cleveland under false pretenses.
Wow.
Rena's family believes that she traveled to Cleveland with the goal of being cast on Baddies Midwest. Her sister Kira stated that she was actively following the cast and crew of the show, hoping to secure a role. She reportedly knew several people involved in the production and had previously met Natalie Nunn, one of the show's co-creators and stars. Despite this, the Zeus network has not made any public statements regarding Rena's death.
Do me a favor, please like the page, share the page. It may help somebody. Facts.
As of now, Rena's case remains open, with no arrests or official cause of death determined. Her family has launched a GoFundMe campaign to raise money for her funeral expenses and to hire a private investigator. The Dunlap family is urging anyone with information about Raina's last days in Cleveland to come forward. The Cleveland Police Department continues to investigate, but with no clear suspects and many unanswered questions, the case remains shrouded in mystery. What happened to Raina Dunlap should never have occurred. No one deserves to be found lifeless in an abandoned house, far from home, with unanswered questions surrounding their death. The fact that she visited a rape crisis center and allegedly posted about being in danger suggests that someone could have intervened sooner. Her story is a heartbreaking reminder of the risks that people, especially women, face when pursuing dreams in unfamiliar places.
Yeah, man, that is a tragic situation. So I just wanted to put that out there, and hopefully a younger person may see this or seen stories like this that could make them want to, change their direction of what they're doing on social media. And even if they are still on social media, just to be aware to not to contact or engage in conversation with just anybody, and make sure, mainly, do not go anywhere with anybody. I don't care who it is, especially going by yourself to a whole nother city, town, or country by yourself. Don't take them chances. It's not worth it. Your life is not worth it. It's selfish if you try to do something like that. You're not concerned and worried about your family. Don't do that. So always speak to somebody. Always speak to somebody that's older. Okay? Much love. Y'all get back down to that football, man. Much love. But yeah, I will be out there in them streets in a little while with the Supreme Sunshine Shea Butter Pineapple Coconut. Okay? Y'all make sure you pick this up. If you see me out in them streets, I got it on me, okay? I got it in the bag. Much love and respect. It's a blessing just to wake up. You should be happy. And when you jump out of the shower, you get ashy. That's a good one. It's a blessing I'm working on it, y'all. I'm working on it. Y'all help me out. Y'all bear with me. It's a blessing just to wake up. You should be happy. And when you jump out of the shower, you get ashy. And if you need a quick solution, you should ask me. I'm David Adams, and I tell you quick that Supreme Sunshine Shea Butter is what you need. You already know what it is. Much love and respect, y'all. Talk to y'all soon. Be sure to tune in Tuesday. I got my man coming through here, Mr. Low Cash on D.A.P. So y'all make sure y'all chime in to that Tuesday night. I got him coming. An exclusive interview with my man Low Cash. So make sure y'all be here. We're gonna be talking about a lot of stuff, man. We're gonna be keeping it real. The brother gonna be dropping some jewels. You might get to hear some of the things that he's doing upcoming future. So make sure you're here Tuesday on D.A.P.